So are you one of the employees that took the DRP like me? Anyways, today I just want to share my personal journey through early retirement, the process, what I've experienced with the DRP program. I know this is something that a lot of federal employees have considered, may not have been able to partake in, but I just wanted to let you know to help you just save some stress, some lessons learned, and just understand there's nothing to regret. First thing, the exit process. Now, once DRP is approved, it's basically just an email process. It goes fairly quickly. You will have to turn in your equipment and your PIV card. I thought I could keep it until the end of September, but no, you get to turn it in. At least get the equipment in before your exit date. They give you a specific time, schedule the appointment, turn it in, get the form from IT, and make sure you send that to your supervisor. And then just drop off your PIV card, let them know. Your supervisor will send you a form basically to complete the process, and then also send you an exit survey. I know that one really worried me because am I completely resigned? Am I not going to be able to get paid? And that was my biggest worry. But since I bank with USAA, I actually received my pay early. So yay. So don't worry. If you are taking the DRP, if you don't have USAA, you will get paid. It'll be fine. And the cool part is seeing my leave and earning statement saying I had to leave. So now emotionally has been a challenge. So I just want to let you know so you can prepare mentally for the transition. I remember when I was getting out of the military, 10 years, I had anxiety. At 30 years old, I'm transitioning. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm a single mom. This is so stable. I get paid on the 1st and the 15th. This is nuts. Well, think about that at 53. And you're like, I am retiring. I am going to transition to something completely different. Then I have to create my own income. I'm completely reliant on somebody else. And I'm grateful that I do have that option. However, not everybody does. And when you're 53, my people still hire me because right now everybody is looking for a job. So that is the biggest worry. Can I actually do this? So just understand that it does take some preparation. I would talk to your significant other, your partner, your husband, your wife, and let them know how you're feeling. I know I did. I would get snippy and grumpy just because I was scared and things are out of control. So the only thing I can control is my environment. And sometimes it's my relationships. And that is not fair to them. So make sure you are self-aware. Find ways to manage, journal, whatever. Take advantage of the employee assistance program. You can actually use them after you exit because you're still on administrative leave. So get the help. And this way, you're working through that process. Just because you got approved doesn't mean it's easy. Now, if you're still in that waiting period and you're like waiting for an approval, your VERA, even the DRP, your exit date, because I think we have until the beginning of July. Now, make sure that you do have all your necessary documents before you exit, because once you turn in your equipment, you can't access your employee EOPF documents. Now, if you're 40 years old and above, if you're not sure, take advantage of the 45 days plus additional 7 days to review and look over everything. Make sure you double check in the terms of your separation, and that includes benefits and future employment options. Make sure you connect with RSSO so you'll know what to expect when it comes to the retirement process, and make sure you have that information. I did keep a lot of separation benefits and the contact information. Please take a look at the description. I have all the hyperlinks in there. So then that way you can make sure that you stay connected and stay up to date. Now, this one I thought was a really big surprise was the VSIP. I heard from a friend of mine that they're not offering it. I really thought that they would, especially with people taking advantage of the VERA program. The straight VERA program doesn't have the administrative leave that allows for time for them to be able to create a new source of income. I thought that would be a great benefit for people that are exiting and doing early retirement and having that financial cushion. And the fact that it's not part of the process is kind of disheartening. So whether you are leaving through early retirement, DRP, or you're just waiting to find out if you're going to experience a reduction in force, really start thinking about your next income stream. I learned this lesson in COVID when I decided not to get the vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I just didn't like the fact that I was being told what to do with something I didn't believe in and that I could lose my job for it. So I started preparing just because God highlighted to me that not just like job is not my source. He is. And to take a step in faith, not to allow anything that would affect me, my body. So I went ahead and declined the vaccination, feared for my job, but he made a way. Now, that also highlighted that my job isn't safe, that the stability that I basically thought would be there, and I thought I would be in for 30 years. I thought I would be with the VA until 2030, but that showed me that's not the case. So I started building skills. Now, look at your current skill set. You are skilled. The government paid for you to receive training, and that training is going to walk out the door, or it's going to be reduced, or it's going to be restructured. So as they lose employees, whether it's voluntarily or through the RIF, there's going to be a gap. So you have the opportunity to be able to fill that gap, whether as a civilian business owner, consulting. These are things you can think about. But before you do, make sure you understand what that would mean with transition. So connect with the American Small Business Development Center. They actually help small business owners start their business. They provide mentors, and the resource is free. They help you establish your business, get certified as a small business owner, especially if you fall in that category of minority, veteran, women, disabled veteran, disabled small business owner. There's funding that's earmarked specifically for that type of business, and you actually need certification. They can help you with that. And then also walk you through the process of maybe getting an account with sam.gov and then start bidding for jobs, start bidding for contracts, because it is expensive to employ a federal employee. If you look at our salary, especially when you look at your total compensation plan in the GRB platform, we have our base pay, but we have so much more with regards to benefits. They get to save that if they actually hire people as contractors. Now, as you move forward, make sure you continue to assess your skills. Where are your gaps? Update your resume. Look at opportunities that's going to come within other agencies as gaps are built, or look in the community to see what's out there. Maybe this is a time that you get to realign where you want to be, who you want to work for. And also look at other sources of income if you do get separated. See if your local unemployment office for your state would be able to provide you unemployment benefits. I know I reached out since I'm remote, my unemployment will come from another state. And I've already started researching, and I believe it will be there, similar to when I exited out of the Navy. That was the separation, but I was still able to collect unemployment. Every state is different, so make sure you go ahead and check into that. Now, I'm going to close this out. Think about who you have become over the last several years. You are a builder of systems. You improve processes. You serve other departments. And you have made such a contribution to your agency as, I believe, an entrepreneur. So think about who you are and the skills you have, and then maybe this is your cue to step into something more. Think about any idea that's been sitting in your heart and your mind, and then does it align with your purpose? Does it give you joy? because maybe this is time for you to just shift. Don't think about it as starting over, but maybe this is the opportunity to use what you have learned from public service and then use that to serve others. So, anyways, I just want to thank you for watching. And I hope that I was able to help during the process of uncertainty up until I exited. Now, I get to share my journey from the other end, and hopefully it's helping you. If you have a story that you want to share, please put it in the comment. If you want to actually just connect and let me know how you're doing, I'm going to put an email below. So please feel free to reach out, and then we'll just connect and see how we can support each other. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for the community that we've built. It's small, but it feels good that we actually can just support each other. And I know these are scary times, but it'll pass. I promise. And it'll be better. All right. So thank you. If this is helpful, share, subscribe, and I'll continue to let you know how things are going. All right. Bye.